Hi everyone. Welcome to this month of August, and I'm praying we all doing fine. I'm praying that we all have a wonderful day, and that regardless how this month has started, I don't know how many of you had noticed how something shifted. Some reason it's been a weird, that's what I call it, a weird week since August 3rd. I'm praying you're all doing fine. My name is Leonor from Leonor Reacts. I share thrift stores, antique stores, walkthroughs, and I share resellers from here, from YouTube communities, different communities actually, whether it's journals, jewelry, items, glassware like from Gina Glass, and we have Dawn's that she has diversity items too, whether it's jewelry or items for your house. We have Cindy Lowe's that she does makes jewelry, and I also had acquired from her journals, and I love them. They all have a different name, and I love what they do, and the dynamic is very relaxing to watch them make their journals. And there's also Kawanda and other Mama Jujus that I just love to be in their videos and be in the comments and see how relaxing and fun they are and respectful. There's also Johnny, and he has his own team of how they do their videos, and I just love to have different communities to go to and just enjoy them. But like I was saying as I started this video, it's been a weird week. People are just reacting to situations, and maybe even how they approach us. At least to me, it's been strange. But with that being said, remember to always protect yourself, to always guard yourself, to keep your faith and your prayers going through everything, and everyone is going through something. We always had, but now it's more exposed because of social media, and you know, the way things are changing and developing. It's just kind of different of what they used to be. I was reading Provisions, Guidance, and Protection, and it says, and in Psalms 23, it portrays God as a caring shepherd and the believer as a sheep. It speaks of God's provisions, guidance, protection, and presence, even on difficult times, culminating in eternal fellowship with Him. The psalm emphasizes trust in God's goodness and mercy throughout life. Verse 1, it says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This sets the foundation, declaring God's role as a provider and protector, assuring that the believer's needs will be met. In verse 2 to 3, it says, "This describes the shepherd's care, leading the sheep to green pastures and still waters, restoring the soul and guiding in righteousness." Verse 4, this verse acknowledges the presence of the valley of the shadow of death, but assures that fear is overcome by the shepherds and comfort through his rod and staff. This is why I always start my day regardless. I know since the beginning of times, even on Jesus' time, if you remember, it's mentioned like incense. I love whatever comes from Mother Earth. So I do sage, I do use incense, I use even Palo Santo. But the first thing I use is my faith and my scriptures. It's very part of me, and I always reflect on my ancestors and what they used to do to keep themselves guarded and protected in their home and their space. And that's how I do mine. Anything that comes from the earth, from Mother Earth, I just love it and respect it fully, because I use it for the good. I will never do anything for the bad. In verse 5, it says, this verse shifts the imagery to a host where the shepherd prepares a table for the believer, anoints their head with oil, and their cup overflows, symbolizing abundance and favor. In verse 6, the psalm concludes with the promise of goodness and mercy following the believer all the days of their lives, and ultimately dwelling in God's house forever. Essentially, Psalm 23 is the declaration of trust in God's unwavering care and love, assuring the believer of his provisions, guidance, protection, and eternal presence. What a better way, right, to start our days or a week or a year. And it's been a difficult one, but remember, we're still in Revelation. I really think everything is revealing, and it has been since last year, and we're still on it. We're still in Revelation. People are revealing themselves for who they really are and how they really feel about others. So pay attention, just keep yourself guarded, and make sure you are protected with your faith, and make sure that before we answer, we evaluate the situation. We are humans, and we are all gonna make mistakes. We are gonna make a comment that is not gonna be proper to somebody, but we should also be careful how we treat others. The way we treat others is the same way we're gonna end up being treated, and we should always keep that in mind. And please live life, live it to the fullest. You are well. That's what you most use, whatever on the daily basis you could, just to live life, just to live the best of it. Just make useful of what you have in your surroundings, in your home, in your family. Try to love. And when now school starting, make sure to guide your children or your grandchildren, in that case, for most of us in my channel. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you could, hit that like and share with your family and friends. And I will continue to do my community posts of affirmations, and I will share my videos with all of you. I'm very thankful for each one of you that comes to my channel just to listen to a little bit of the verses that I will share with you that I have been reading on that week. And this is one of them, and it will be so awesome just to share with each one of you that he lives. Don't you ever forget, okay? And Psalm 23 is one that I was reading when all this kind of shifted. I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. A lot of people are going to blame it to the moon, but it's just how things are actually, By remembering that the scriptures has everything for us, and lead about to embrace ourselves with all he has for us. Remember, what a better way to start our days or weeks by remembering that the scriptures has everything for us to read about and to embrace ourselves with all he has to offer, or with all your own faith has to offer, whoever you believe in. Isn't that amazing to be able to go to your faith and look for so much guidance, to pray and be able to have that on a daily basis? And regardless how the better way to start our day than just making sure we are protected with a good prayer, and ask our ancestors to guide us and for us to regain knowledge and understanding for what others, are doing. So with that being said, thank you for watching Leonor Reacts. I'm very happy you are here. Thank you for all my subscribers, all of you. I'm very grateful, and I will always be. Thank you for you that hit like, for the algorithm to go out there, and thank you just for being here. I'm very grateful, like I said, of each one of you. Thank you for being part of my channel. With that being said, I see you in the next video.